My willpower went straight out the window during the Audible sale. Hey book besties, welcome back to my channel. Today, I'm going to be rounding up all of the audiobooks I bought during the Audible sale. Amazon recently just had a huge Audible sale going for members and the deals were phenomenal. I bought more than I probably should have, but I was really strategic in how I did it, so we will go over that. But before we get started, make sure you hit that subscribe button and stick around for more book content. I love sharing book buying hauls with you, as well as book recommendations, reading roundups, and just all the fun bookish things. So make sure you're following along. So recently, Audible held a sale, which they do like maybe a couple times a year, where you can get audiobooks for like $3. Sometimes like a little bit more, sometimes even a little less. Sometimes you can get box sets for like $5, and it was just such a great sale. So before I dive into everything I got, let me tell you the strategy I used, because I was really strategic with what I bought. I have recently been really into doing immersive reading, so I went into the sale looking for books I already had on my shelf that I knew I wanted to do an audio listen with or thought maybe I would want to do an immersive read with, and found ones that were on sale. So almost everything that I bought, with the exception of some box sets, were books I already had on my shelves. But I also made sure to check that any books that I wanted already weren't available on like Kindle Unlimited with an audio, because there are a lot of books on KU that come with the audio version, so I didn't want to buy something that I could already get with my Kindle Unlimited subscription anyway. And I was also careful to check like my Libby holds, because I have like a lot of audiobooks on hold on Libby. So if it was something that was like coming soon to me, I was like, I'm not gonna spend the money because I know I'm gonna get it with Libby. So like I said, very strategic. So in total, I ended up getting 30 audiobooks, and I only spent $86, which is very good. I meant to do the math to see like how much that came out to for each book, but that's incredible. That's 30 books. I mean, I'm set up for audiobooks for quite a while. And I actually already did pretty well, because I've been like buying them here and there like throughout the week of the sale, and I've already read 2 of the ones that I got. First up is The Mad Wife, which is a book I've had on my shelf ever since it came out. It was so good. I absolutely loved it. And the other book was Her One Regret. Honestly, I ended up DNFing this just because it wasn't for me. I didn't like it. I only spent $2 on the audiobook. It is what it is. But it was a book of the month book, and if you know anything about book of the month, if you don't like a book with them, you can let them know and they will give you your credit back, which I have never had to use their reader guarantee before, because every book I've read from book of the month has been great. So I got to take advantage of that, which was nice. I appreciated that I could get a credit back for that. So one of the other things I focused on when shopping was book series, and I tried to see if I could finish out any series that I was in the middle of and do an immersive read with them. So a big one I got was the Sparrow Falls series. Now, I've already listened to Fragile Sanctuary, so I've knocked that one off my list, and I had already bought the Audible for Beautiful Exile when it was on sale a while back, so I had picked that up a while ago. And then I've just finished off the series so I can continue doing an immersive read. And then I also picked up the rest of the Lovelight Farm series from B.K. Borison. I have been meaning to read these, for a while. I finished the first book, Lovelight Farms, in December 2024. So, and I did actually have In the Weeds on hold at Libby, but it's like several months wait. In fact, all of them were like several months wait. So I was like, you know what? At $250, I'm gonna get the audiobooks. And honestly, a lot of what I ended up getting was romance books. I feel like romance is like my favorite book genre to immersive read, so I picked up quite a few, and I feel like there were a lot of romance books on discount. I don't know, maybe that was just what I was seeing, but there were still tons of them. So I picked up Mr. Fixer-Upper, Isn't It Obvious, which has a podcast element to it, and listening to a podcast audiobook is just so cool. It really elevates the experience. Cowboy Casual, which I'm so excited for this. This has been like one that I've been wanting so desperately to read, so I'm excited to do an immersive read soon. Next is The Homemaker. So the next book is Full Tilt, and I did also get All In. This is a like duet that I actually did not have copies of the books before, but I've been hearing really good things about these books, and the books were really discounted on Amazon, so I was like, whatever, I will get them and do an immersive read with them because they sound really good. They're like emotional reads, and I love an emotional romance read, so I'm very excited. And then I picked up a few books in my other favorite genres. So for historical fiction, I got Night Road by Kristen Hanna. I've been hearing some really good things about this book, and this one is actually not as long as some of her other ones. It's like less than 400 pages. I'm really excited. I don't want to say I'm going to get to it this month, but I'm hoping to. We'll see. I got The Bluff by J.L. Hyde. She's one of my favorite thriller authors. And 20 Years by Charlie Donley. I have been wanting to read one of his books. He's like one of the authors that I want to try out in 2026, and I'm very excited. This book has been on my shelf for a very long time, so I can't wait to see what it's about. And last are some box sets that I got. I got such a good deal on a lot of different box sets, which was so exciting. And I really tried to like search for box sets on Audible, but it was kind of hard to like find things and like search for the right like wording. I don't know. Anyway, I found some great ones. First up is I bought books 1 through 3 for the Beautiful Beginning series by Catherine Cowles. I'll put a little picture of it right here. So it's the first 3 books. I think there's 5 in that series total, but I got Beautifully Broken Pieces, Beautifully Broken Life, and Beautifully Broken Spirit. And these books are on KU, so I can do an immersive read that way. And then I got The Whitlock Family from Corinne Michaels. This is a 4-book collection called Forbidden Hearts, Broken Dreams, Tempting Promises, and Forgotten Desires. And again, the books are on KU, so I can do an immersive read that way. And last is a 5-book box set, the Cottonwood Cove series by Laura Pavlov. So there's Into the Tide, Under the Stars, On the Shore, Before the Sunset, and After the Storm. And again, all of them are on KU, so I can immersive read that way. I cannot believe how many good books I got on this sale. It was phenomenal. I'm just loving doing an audiobook listen. It's so convenient. I love just like sitting back, relaxing, reading through my book, listening to the characters. It's so much fun. It elevates the experience for me. I actually did talk about immersive reading in a different video recently where I talked about how it helped me like quell the anxiety a little bit and just let me drop in and focus a lot more on the story. It's so great. I love it. If you snagged some books during the Audible sale, let me know which books you picked up. Thanks for watching, besties. I'll see you next time.